Hey friends, on today's episode, I'm going to show you how a chair design begins. Stay tuned. Just the other day, someone asked me, Wendy, how do you start your chair designs? Do you start with the chair? Do you start with the fabrics? Well, today I'm going to show you my whole process. Here we go. Every chair design starts with picking the chair first. And in this case, we're going to do a set of 6 chairs like this. I start my fabric hunt by heading over to the 15,000 square foot showroom called Cocoon. It's here in Austin. And as you can see, there are tons and tons of fabrics to choose from, which can be quite overwhelming in itself. So what I do is I like to get a stack of fabrics in my hand. I just start going through the racks. If I'm looking for something that is super colorful, which is what I'm trying to do right here, I'm trying to put together a very colorful set. Then I begin by brainstorming the fabrics. And what does that mean? That means I go through the racks where the really colorful things are, and anything that grabs my eye, I pick up. And I also try to keep in mind, hey, I want some blues, so I go to the blue section. I want some, green, so I go to the green section. I want things that are multicolored, and when I see something like that, I grab it thinking maybe I could use this on a seat. And so I have a stack in my arms, and I go to a table, and I actually just begin putting out the fabrics. And I'll put fabrics out that on top, what you see up here on top, are the ones that would typically go on the top of a chair. And I would lay a seat fabric below it. And that helps me to get the visual in my head of, okay, here's what's on the seat. And does this work? And then as I'm looking through this, I'm thinking about, and I do all that at first, and then I begin eliminating. I start taking out, okay, do I have all the colors that I need? Do I have all the patterns that I want? And you see this stack right here? That's my elimination pile. When things don't work, I put them in the elimination pile, and I keep the things on the table that I'm going to use. And that is key, because you have to brainstorm and then you have to edit. That's how I do this, is by editing. I'm also editing not just for color, but I'm editing for patterns. So while I have 2 different stripes here in this picture, one is bigger and irregular and the other one is smaller. And I'm also trying to make sure at the same time that that pattern on the bottom involves a color from the top fabric. So I have this fabric and I'm trying to decide, is this the seat that I want to use? Or maybe I want to use this seat. So I always want to have variety and options. So at the end of the day, I want to have different color fabric themes for each chair. And I want the seats to have a variety of patterns. And those patterns have to have colors from that top fabric. I want them to sometimes have texture, like you see here in this green one. And in the orange one here, they both have texture. And we have 2 that are striped. So it's going to be interesting to see how these chairs actually turn out. Now, if you struggle with finding really good fabrics, and let's say you don't have a tax ID where you can go to a trade center like I get to go to, there are plenty of other great places where you can find fabrics. And a lot of them consist of finding them online. Now, I have spent hundreds of hours, literally probably even thousands of hours, searching for really good fabrics online. Where can I get them? And a lot of the more interesting fabrics do come from online searches. So if you are looking for great fabrics, and I know a lot of you are, because I get a lot of messages and DMs asking me, where do you get your fabrics? I have a $37 course, Sourcing Swoon-Worthy Fabrics, and it teaches you how to hunt for great fabrics online. I'm going to put the link down in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this episode, friends. Let me know if you have any questions about my process, and I can't wait to see how these chairs are going to turn out, honestly, and I'll be showing those to you very soon. But if you like this episode, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Until next week, bye friends.